will no longer require a Home Office licence for the conduct of research, as they would no longer be controlled. I hope I've made the case to the House to amend the generic definition of the third generation of synthetic cannabinoids in order to remove a number of compounds from the generic definition which were unintentionally controlled, and on that basis, Mr Deputy Speaker, I commend this order to the committee.
The question is motion number 4 as on the order paper. Caroline Harris.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. We will not be opposing this SI today. In fact, we welcome the proposed amendment to the Misuse of Drugs Act. Revising the generic definition for synthetic cannabinoids will mean that compounds never intended to be controlled will be removed, whilst those most likely to be misused and cause harm will be retained. But that said, we must ensure that any change to drug policy does not add to the problems that we are already facing in this country when it comes to controlling the use of drugs. The government's approach to drugs since they took office in 2010 has been ideological and plagued with irresponsible cuts. The UK now has the highest recorded level of mortality from drugs misuse since records began. Under this government, the UK has become the drug overdose capital of Europe. There is nothing more important than preserving the life of our citizens, but the current approach to drugs is woeful and is failing to do this. Therefore, it must be time to consider different approaches based on what would be most effective at reducing harm, such as overdose prevention units, commonly known as drug consumption rooms, a place that will take people off the streets, provide a safe environment, clean needles and somewhere where they can be engaged in treatment to combat their addiction. Labour would support piloting these schemes. And cannabis oil for medical purposes. Last October there appeared to be a breakthrough on this when the Home Office brought in legislation to allow expert doctors to legally issue prescriptions for cannabis-based medicines if they believe such treatment could benefit their patient. But as we've learned from recent high-profile cases, there appears to be some confusion around the Home Office guidelines when it comes to bringing the substances into the UK. So we need assurances from the government benches that any changes they are making to drugs policy will be fully implemented, clear in how they will be delivered and effective immediately. We on these benches recognise that there needs to be a complete shift of emphasis, understanding and effectiveness of the UK drugs policy. And we would be looking to establish a suitable forum, such as a royal or a parliamentary commission, to identify what works and what we need to do to make our drugs policy efficient. So whilst we support today's SI and welcome the changes as positive advances in drugs policy, there is still a long way to go in the bigger picture of drug control and legislation.